Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Citizens Are Not Slaves. I'm your host, David McFarlane, and of course, today I'm bringing you a very important emergency update. The President of the United States has made a fatal error that will probably result in the annihilation of the United States in nuclear fire. The President did not know the name of the supreme leader of Iran. And of course, that is a mistake that we cannot afford to make. It is clearly something that there is no excuse for not knowing the name of the supreme leader of Iran. And in fact, he pronounced it, and he pronounced it slightly incorrectly, so it sounded like the former leader of Iran. I have made a graphic. Let me show you. You can clearly see here the Ayatollah Khomeini is the former leader of Iran who died in 1989, and the guy who took his place that same year is Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. All right, I don't even know how you pronounce those two names differently, but you're supposed to. And so the fact that Trump could not do it means that we are all doomed. Of course, you know I'm kidding by now because these people are so close. There's really very little delay between them, and I was actually a little surprised to find out that there was a guy named Khomeini who died in 1989. I was like, no. Khomeini, that's the current leader of Iran. So when people started making a big deal about how Trump had, and it's not he didn't even spell it. Like, it's not like he tweeted the wrong guy. He said the wrong name. He said Khomeini instead of Khamenei, apparently, and somebody picked up on that minor vowel sound change and are calling this a huge mistake. I don't get it. And ultimately, I think that this is something that's being blown. I'm going to go back to this. I think it's being blown out of proportion by people who don't know who the current leader of Iran is. I mean, they may know who Khomeini was in 1889, but they don't know who the current guy is. So, this is dumb. This is absolutely dumb to blow this out of proportion. Every time the president makes a typo he made a verbal typo, okay? It's really ridiculous to keep blowing these things out of proportion and to have news stories and articles. And, the major tweet of the day was some guy who pointed this out. I can't even imagine being that nitpicky. I mean, listen, when AOC said that unemployment is low because so many Americans have more than one job, that's not a nitpicky thing. That's a fundamental lack of understanding of the economy. When Trump says Khomeini instead of Khamenei, that's a very easy to achieve mistake. That's a verbal typo, if you will. And maybe he made an actual typo. I don't know. But seriously, those two guys might as well be the same guy. They're both the supreme leader of Iran. They're both terrible people. They're both not interested in freedom. Regardless of the president of Iran today actually tweeted about how freedom is important. I also saw a video today about how little girls were arrested for not having hijabs. So, 6 of one, half dozen of the other, right? Anyway, we're not living in Iran. Thank God we have a president who is not too terrible. I mean, he's not a bad guy, and people just keep jumping on him for every little thing. And I cannot condone or get on board with that. I mean, come on, like. At least pick something substantive to disagree with him on. I'm going to talk about the border in a video coming up next, but there is in the concentration camps, right? AOC says they're concentration camps. But really just, I don't know, let a thing slide once in a while. Could you do that? Can you let something just slide once in a while? I guess not. If the president says it, you got to jump all over it. But I don't think it's productive or useful. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I think. I'd like to keep this conversation going, so go ahead and put your comments down below, and then like, subscribe, and share the video, please. Your support is appreciated, and follow me at xverum on Twitter. You guys have a great day, and see you next time.